Hello, and how are you? And I hope you're doing fine, because I have another book to read to you, another children's book, and I think you'll like it. At least I do. Written for children, but I think other people, older people, will like it too. It's just plain old city living, and it's called Windows. Excuse me while I clear my throat. This is a beautiful picture. This is a picture of a city. And the subject of the book is the sun setting on the city. The lights in people's windows are coming on. And what are they doing? Well, let's see what they're doing. Well, let me first read a little bit of an introduction to the book. Before the town goes to sleep, you can take a walk out your door and into the almost night. You might pass a cat or a friend. Hello, like I did today. And as you go down your street, around the corner, you might see windows lighting up one by one until it feels like you are walking through a neighborhood of paper lanterns. And as I said, the book is called Windows. It's mainly about this boy here walking his dog when the sun is setting and the lights are coming on through the windows. And here we go. Before I start, I always like to read this. This is by the author and perhaps the illustrator. For Emily, who walked the whole way with me. I wonder how far Emily walked. For Julia, a friend of the heart. Copyrighted 2017. This is a fairly recent book. By Julia Denos. Illustrated by E.B. Goodell. So, the story starts. Just like a day starts. The story starts. But this story starts as the sun is setting, as I said. The boy is getting ready to take the dog for a walk. The sun is setting. And they got a nice screened in door where you can see the sun setting. Excuse me. So he's putting on his little red coat. And here we go. At the end of the day, before the town goes to sleep, you can look out your window. And see more little windows lit up like eyes in the dusk. And the boy is looking across the city, and he sees all the lights coming on in the windows, blinking awake as the lights turn on inside a neighborhood of paper lanterns seem to come on and come alive. This is a regular city. It kind of looks like a back road in Georgia or something like that, or maybe up north. Some of these are 3-story buildings. A boy riding his bike. A boy holding hands with his younger brother. They walk home from the library, maybe. A woman sweeping her steps. A man has figured out an easy way to water his plants. He just sticks his body out the window and waters from inside the house. And then he pulls his little watering can back into the house. That's a trick I wish I could do. And the boy must see it too. I love this picture. I love that. These colors are good. These colors of the sunset are good. Today, I walked out of the laundromat to take a view of the sun setting today myself. And the one beautiful thing I saw as compared to the book was the way the light was reflecting off the walls of two-story high brick buildings that were faced at an angle, facing me down the road. And it was a beautiful golden color reflecting off the wall of the buildings from the sun as I took a break from the laundromat. You can take a walk out your door into the almost night. Here's the boy taking the dog for a walk. His mother looks at him through the window. A little girl looks at him through another window. Perhaps it's his sister. Father is working outside, doing something with ladders. And now to look down the street. We see what they said. You might see a cat, and here it is. The cat is passing by. Beautiful sunset. Windows coming on. Or you might see an angry raccoon taking a bath in squares of yellow light. Oh boy, I think I need to make a big adjustment here. Yeah. I don't know how this camera moves. I do my best. And that's it. This is my favorite 2 pages. He lives in a town with a few small stores. And right next to it is where people live in a 3-story high building. And the windows are on. One window might be tall with curtains drawn, or small with a party inside. Ah, there they are. They're halfway in the basement having a party. I didn't notice that when I checked this book earlier. A woman is holding her baby. Another woman is painting a painting. A child is looking outside the window. A woman is gazing up at the beautiful sunset, standing outside the building. But this is what I like. This is where the action is. The little boy is walking his dog, and he's right by a store called Sosa's or Variety. It looks like some kind of grocery store. And then right next to it you see a lot of flowers in the window. And above the building it says flowers. But below it is a girl. She's skating on a skateboard. He's waving and they know each other and she's waving. And I just love nearly every page. It seems like they picked something like a maple tree because the sunset light reflects beautifully off of maple leaves and gives it a golden look when the sun is setting. It's something like maple leaves, or maybe it is. Aha! Something else interesting is going on. Between two windows, there could be a phone used for good ideas. Hello! Can you hear me, Jim? Can you hear me, Jim? Wow! Wow, this really works! This really works! What shall we talk about? I know! What are you going to do tonight? I don't know. What are you going to do tonight? I'm going to play with my toys. What are you going to do? I'm going to watch TV and pet my cat. Oh, that sounds nice. Boy, this is a great thing that I made up. It really works. When you're finished talking to me, just let go of the can and I'll pull it into the broom, okay? Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Drop it. Drop it. I just wanted to make a comment about this. I know exactly what it is. When I was a kid, me and my brother got 2 cups, poked a hole in it, and got something like a kite string and stuck it in the hole like this. And these are cans or cups. If you pull it tight and walk outside, you can talk to each other, and you hold that to your ear and you can hear them just like it was a telephone without a microphone. It works. It's incredible, but it really does work. That is a poor boy's walkie-talkie. I guess that's what you call it, a poor boy's walkie-squawky talkie. Now for the next page. Forgive me, I'm probably slower than other readers. I was nearly slow in school. Now here we go with the windows. And some might be learning to dance through some windows. Can you look through these windows? Can you see anything? Look real hard. Look to the left. They might be hugging. The air conditioning's running. A cat is looking through the window. Now, how many of these can you tell before I tell you? Oh, look at that. A woman is cooking and she's tasting it to make sure that she's got the right ingredients in it. Fish tank is next to the window. Guy is on the piano playing a nice, happy melody. A girl is looking out the window. Oh, hum, another day. A man is reading the newspaper. To tell you the truth, I don't know what this is. It looks like a crazy looking plant. There's a man raising the window. And this must be the fire escape, or a fun way to leave the building. There's a woman painting next to the window. That's called a window fan. I used to live in a place before we had AC. We had a big window fan. If you hold your mouth up to the fan when it's going and sing, it will sound funny, very funny. It will be kind of like, hello, how are you today? Oh, 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 this is fun. How are you? Something like that. It kind of goes, ooh. And there they are dancing and dancing and dancing. And someone might be learning to dance. Not long ago, I was far from home and looking at people dancing in a dance place by some stores. The woman saw me and she motioned me to come in. I said, "No, thank you. I am happy where I am at." Now, this is a very beautiful picture. The sun is setting. It's getting darker. But the sky is still beautiful. Beautiful. Another window could be dark with a sleeping plant or two. Or maybe bright and rounded like the moon, like that window. And the boy has come to this place where the kids play in an open, big, huge yard. I think it's a common area for the apartments. They got their dogs and they're playing, and the boy in the red coat has got his dog to stick his paw up. Maybe he's teaching him a trick. Now it's even darker, but still there's light in the sky. Some windows will have dinner or TV. So let's see if they're right. I see dinner. A cat's looking out the window. And the boy in the red coat is walking his dog, and his leash is really long. And his dog proudly struts ahead of him as it gets darker and darker. Well, I don't know. Here it is. Here's the man watching the TV. And through this window's a sewing machine. Through this window's a flower. And through these windows are birds. And through this window is some kind of a dancing looking thing. They're doing exercises. Oh, but sometimes when it gets dark, you can be in a spooky place. You could be like in a house where nobody lives, and there might be a ghost. You don't want to go in there to find out, because maybe you may hear some strange noises, and who knows, it's a creepy feeling to even be close to a house that nobody lives in, and the grass and the weeds are grown up. They haven't been cut in a long, long time. Yes, and it's nearly completely dark. I don't know, you viewing this can see this with the camera, because it's pretty dark, but there's a house right here. And here's the last of the sunset, and the boy in the red coat with the hood, and his white dog. And the page says, other houses are empty and leave you to fill them up with stories. I saw a light in the window. There's somebody in that house. I saw a light in the window. Oh yes. How many times have you been by a house and it looked scary and it was dark and you ran home all the way? And here you are, you made it home. Even if you didn't run. Then you arrive home again, and you look at your window from the outside. Someone you love is waving at you. Didn't I say it was his mother? I think it is. And you can't wait to go in. Oh boy, after seeing that spooky house, he is ready to go home. And here he goes. Ah, isn't that nice? His mother is reading him a story like I'm reading you. Oh, snug in that nice comfortable chair with a big open window with a beautiful view of the other lit windows in the dark sky that has finally come. The nice lit horizon is gone. He's safe at home. And his mother's reading him a story. And the dog is asleep on the rug. And this says, "So you do." Well, let's read the previous page. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Here we go. And you can't wait to go in. So you do. Simple as that. So he went in. And here's one beautiful view after it got completely night, a full moon come out, and the windows are all lit. There's houses where people live, and there is the church. And everybody is doing something in lots of rooms with windows. So this is the front of the book. That's it. Windows. That's what the front of the book. I didn't want to show it because I didn't want to mess up where I had the book arranged on this stand here. It's really hard to do. He's walking his dog, like the whole story is, down the street, sun setting, street lights on, windows are lit, and that is it. I'll show this to you real close. That's it. Windows, windows, windows.